Hello, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I have a couple more Dwarven Forge unboxings from Cities Untold, Lowtown. I'm just getting into dressing at this point. We have the Lowtown Cottage Dressing and the Lowtown Kitchen Dressing. So, just enough to make a little building into a house. I'm just gonna hop right in here. So we have our Lowtown Cottage Dressing set, and it has what? 4 pieces? It's very tiny. Not a lot. Definitely one could do with a couple of. But when getting things from the crowdfunder, I very much was on the mindset of let's be able to check everything out. And then I can. Okay. Let's just bring in random room here to set things in. So, here's one of the ones, simplest, but I am so super excited for. And that is a rug. We have rugs. So, whatever. As far as compared to the scale of a figure, sort of a natural looking, like, animal skin rug. It is actually sort of a fabric material. If you have, with the Lowtown, they also came out with little banners that go on the wall. Same material as that. Yeah, so you can do that. Now, one of the things with this, if you make larger rooms, you end up with these holes in the floor. You could obviously use it to cover those up. So that's an exciting thing on my end. Obviously, for a small room like this, just kind of be moved into a corner as desired. Yeah. But yeah, rug, cool. Then on the other end of complexity, we have this fireplace. You can pull this out of. So neat. It will flicker. So, it's got a little flickering fire, some tools, a bucket. So, sort of a little fireplace there. Or on the back, it has sort of this door, like it could go into like an oven or a morgue or whatever. This door going into. But yeah, so this can just kind of go up against the wall, and it fits underneath the walls so that any roof can go on cleanly. Now, with that, we also have a piece that I think I got one of in the Wizard's Townhouse, but it's the this little shelf here with a little box and some books and candles and such. It's got a magnet on it. So, of course, if I have a magnetic wall, like that one, you can go here. Magnet's not quite centered. There's not a magnet in this side, so not the greatest, but it works. But you can also attach it here. There is metal back here for you to attach a magnet to, so you can have it as like the mantelpiece over the fire. And actually, these bricks right here make it where it stands up pretty well because it's not sliding down because of that. But yeah, so you have a little shelf of your fireplace, and then the last piece in the cottage dressing is a bed. It's just a simple little bed that is not quite made. Sort of a messy bed. And yeah, you just make a little nifty little room here. Single space with cottage dressing. And then we have our other box, Lowtown Kitchen Dressing. So hopping into that, not a whole lot more in here, but a few extra pieces. Some that's a bit bigger. Oh, that's so much bigger. Okay. So one of the things that this set has is a rug. And this rug is notably bigger than the other one. Let's say double the size. So if we take larger space, you can have it, and it looks like, just sort of a rug that you have. But yeah, that way you have a big center room rug. Obviously, yes, it blocks the squares that you can kind of see on these, but you can still kind of, you know how big the rooms are. You can figure out distances well enough. We have one of these little things. These can be put into the window spots. They'll fit in there. I've gotten one of these in the Wizard's Townhouse. So it adds little cabinets, but it can also just be if you have, a little section of, take the countertop here. It also has all these. You could also just set it on top and give you more space where all your kitchen stuff is stored. So, just kind of have that all piled in there, or even beside it, however you want. Lots of kitchen storage between this little window insert box and this cabinet that has stuff in it if you look in the back. Yeah, so, just making up a kitchen. And then we have this grate. It's like a little trapdoor insert, but it has another use. With our final piece in here, which also pulls out for a light. We have a kitchen. So, we have a little fireplace here. And this goes on here. Which, the only reason I feel like right now this is separate is so that you also get this piece as a trapdoor. Or I think a mini trapdoor. But I suppose later on there might be other things that can go here. Little scale. You got whatever different, sausages and such hanging back here. Garlic. Herbs, more little stuff for continuing your cabinets, although sort of cook surfaces, oven, fun kitchen-y details, and then on the back we have a couple more of these, which same kind of doors. This could be, again, big, like, professional kitchen, or could be morgue, whatever. Sealed doors in the wall. Now, this is a pretty big piece. And this basically goes here. Now, it doesn't... It actually kind of slides back and forth a bit in here. So you do have a gap on one side. I think what that means is that if you wanted to, say... use these doors and just hide everything else, it goes between the two, like the actual posts on the wall. You can use it that way too, but it also can just kind of set against a wall in the room. Throw up various cabinets, and you have a little kitchen. So, couple small, simple sets, but they add a lot of fun decor. One of the things that I was most excited about with Lowtown is being able to have more options for decorating inside of city buildings, and they have not disappointed, because we make these buildings be so many things. And I mean, from the outside, I guess it doesn't matter, but so many of the times that I find myself using these, corner posts turn when pressed. So often when I find myself using these, I find myself wanting the players to be able to access and enter the buildings as whatever, if they want to bust through a window and take cover inside of a house, I want them to be able to. And it's more fun if the inside of the house is decorated. So, and things like this, that just make like a one little piece, yeah, it came with all sorts of other decor with it, but one piece that is like, here's a kitchen, it's great for me, because that makes it where, just throw it in, throw that in, throw in the bed on the other side, and maybe one of the little cabinets, and that's a little ramshackle house. Move on. If the inside of the house isn't the important part, it's enough to add some detail if they decide to break their way in. But yeah, so that was, what is that? That's the Lowtown Cottage Dressing and the Lowtown Kitchen Dressing. I will link to Dwarven Forge's website, where by the time I get this out, they probably will be available online by then. To pick up and check out this or other of the Lowtown sets, or just Dwarven Forge. It's a luxury, but it's a fun way to build for your D&D games. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye.